Yeah, you can meal prep and you can walk 10,000 steps and you can skip breakfast and eat like 1,200 calories a day and do all the things and exercise. But if your stress is high, your body's like, oh, that's cute. You're trying to lose weight. No, we are hanging on to all the things because we are trying to survive. We're trying to survive. So we're going to hang on to that. Okay. I've seen this play out over and over again with women in this group and just everybody that I talk to. It's the same story. So today I want to talk and show you some testimonials from women in this group. Okay. So here's the first one. This is Karina. So this is a 5-month difference. And she says the changes just keep on happening. So healing your gut microbiome takes consistency with your wellness routine and your supplements. You can't expect to reverse 20 to 40 years of gut damage in just 30 days. Just like you wouldn't expect to lose 50 pounds with a 30-day gym membership, right? That might sting a little bit for some people because they want results now. And that's okay. That's okay. But it does take consistency and a little bit of time. So she was always like trying to do the right thing and she kind of maintained, but then one day her body just stopped responding. So she said the weight crept back on. She didn't feel like herself. And even though her blood work was all normal, she knew that everything wasn't normal. So she added in the supplements, Happy Juice, GBX Fit and Burn, and she's lost 2 pant sizes in just a few months and she is down 20 pounds. Missing link, cortisol. This is Heather. So she's 53 and she feels better than she has in years. She's down 21 pounds. Her energy is back. Her hormones are balanced. So she says she lost the first 18 pounds using Happy Juice and Mood. And then once she added the GBX Fit, which is our targeted weight loss supplement, those stubborn 3 pounds finally budged. So she says Ignite has also been a game changer for the hot flashes, vaginal dryness, night sweats, and low libido. And that had her feeling off and exhausted. She says today life is good. She eats clean. She moves her body. She lives in moderation and balance because she believes in feeling good and enjoying life, not obsessing over perfection. And I 100% agree with that. I am not one who's like, I'm going to go 100%. I'm never going to eat a bad thing. I'm never going to drink a glass of wine or have a beer. No, that just ain't me. I can't do it. This is Jerica. Okay. So at the end of last year, she was crying to her husband, telling him, I think I want to try meds to help me function with my anxiety because all she wanted to do was sleep. Her house was a mess and she felt miserable and had zero motivation. She became pregnant with her fourth baby. And she went into her lowest of lows when it came to her mental health. Imagine having 4 young kids and feeling the lowest that you've ever felt. It's awful. Now, after Happy Juice, she wakes up after a full night's rest when she used to wake up at 3 a.m. every single night crying. Her house is cleaner than it has been in years, and I can attest to that because when I started drinking Happy Juice, all the closets got cleaned, all the little areas started getting cleaned. Yes. She has more patience with her family, more intimacy with her husband. She takes care of herself rather than rotting in bed. Her anxiety is nearly non-existent. She wanted to look back and see if there was a noticeable difference physically because she had such like a mental shift, and she wasn't expecting anything because she was very pregnant now compared to when she started Happy Juice in December. So this is her pregnant, and this is when she started. She's really pregnant here. She feels the best she has in years, and this product has changed her so dramatically. It makes her so happy now. Is that amazing? Okay, this is Amanda. November of 2023, she was introduced to Happy Juice by a friend because the friend had known that she was having a really hard time and having nightly panic attacks and stuff. So she was like bit the bullet. Okay, I'm just going to do it. So she started on Happy Juice, and then over a couple of months, the brain fog, the cloudiness in your head where you just can't think, finally, oh, we back. What is happening with my watch? Okay. So she was handling situations better, that stress resilience that it gives you. And so she wanted to focus on her physical health now that her mental health was in such a better spot. So she walks her dog a couple times a day. She does free workout videos on YouTube. She's mindful of her eating, and she makes sure she drinks enough water. So she says she has tried a ton of other supplements and nothing worked like this before. She is currently down 74 pounds since April of 2024. That's insane. That's amazing. Okay, last one. This is a personal friend of mine. Her name is Corrales. So she says, I can't, look at this. Look at this. What is happening? Why does this stuff work so good? It's insane. Okay, so she says she's been using Happy Juice since June of this year. Before starting, she dealt with PCOS, insulin resistance, fatigue, crazy periods. Like her pain was like 100 out of 10. She had depression, anxiety, severe back pain, and she could just like keep going on and on and on. She's tried Beachbody, Unicity, Sisters, so many other companies, and she couldn't lose weight. She just kept on gaining. Like it was like a roller coaster where she would lose 20 pounds and then she'd gain it all back. And she was like starving herself. So, I mean, that's never going to work. It doesn't work long term. She's always struggled with overeating and eating her emotions and just the painful periods. She would have to use women's diapers. And one time she bled for a whole year to the point she almost needed a blood transfusion. Now, literally, she says, after 2 weeks of using Happy Juice, I got my period and it was a day long. I was surprised. I even thought I was pregnant after multiple negative pregnancy tests. I said it has to be placebo. And then she says, nope. Ever since January, my periods are regular and they last a day long, almost 0 to no pain, and free of diapers and the ultra pads. She said she actually almost quit. She actually almost quit after 2 months. And she's so glad she kept with it and found the money to keep using it. She has more energy. She's enjoying her life now. She has no more fatigue. And honestly, she says, I thought Happy Juice couldn't do all that for me until one of my subscriptions were late for a whole week. And little by little, her fatigue was coming back. She didn't have that energy in the morning again, that oomph to want to wake up and just kind of get your day going. Everything felt heavy again. And ever since, she makes sure she has her Happy Juice on time. If you have PCOS, you know what I'm talking about when your fatigue and depression symptoms kick in and feel like there's something so heavy holding you from being yourself. And she goes on to say, I've lost so far 15 pounds. She's actually eating, and she has such a healthy relationship with food now that she's not scared of eating anything. She never thought her food noise would be down so little to none. And she remembers the first time she felt that way, she like couldn't believe it. And just dealing with so much in the last 4 years, she can't be thankful enough. After reading all of this, after she typed it, she says, I'm crying because you have no idea everything that I went through. Words together can only explain so much, but actually being in my shoes, Happy Juice changed my life. Isn't that amazing? These are the stories that I get all the time from people because most of the time, cortisol and that insulin, which is the foundation, it's your foundation hormones that have a huge impact on your body. So when you can balance that foundation and get your body to like, oh, I'm not in survival mode. Oh, okay. I'm going to let go of weight now. I'm going to balance my hormones now. I'm going to have energy again. I'm going to feel like I did 25 years ago. I'm going to sleep again. That is the power of these products. Every single woman I've helped started in the same place. Tired, bloated, don't feel like themselves, can't lose the belly fat. Nothing seems to work, even though they're eating healthy, they're eating clean, they're eating 1,200 calories, they're in calorie deficit, they're exercising, and nothing's working. They're missing that foundational piece. And the only difference between these women that I showed you today and you is that they said yes, and they gave it a go. All right. I hope that was helpful to hear people's stories, and I will talk to you soon.